Hello everyone, I am with Stevan Chew. Now we have some very important things, of course, to talk about. Recent news, RIP, Australian online poker. So from someone who's relatively big in this down under poker scene, what does this mean for you guys? I know you've been a big part of the fight for the bill not to get passed, so what does it look like for you guys now?
Not promising. Basically, the way that the legislation stands, there's not much room for regulation. So unlike in America, where all the sites have withdrawn with the aim to get back, there's no real scope for providers to come back into Australia. So yeah, it's not ideal. It's not. Yeah, there's no real. It's not as promising as the US, but
which is also not that promising still.
Yeah, I mean, I think the states are probably looking better than us. But with that said, there's still a chance that it can get shut down in the last minute. I think it's a Hail Mary. I haven't really looked into it, but yeah, not good.
So do you anticipate then there being this sort of exodus of Australian poker players like we saw, the US players going to Costa Rica and Mexico? And where do you think players would go?
Maybe. I think there's a lot of players that'll probably switch to live, like you've seen in America. A lot of games run out of Sydney, and some people relocate for that. A lot of tournament players will probably go overseas. Mexico, New Zealand is probably a good option. There's lots of people that have been trapped in Australia just because of circumstance, and now they've got a good excuse to go out and see the world.
Gotta get out.
There's always a silver lining, you know what I mean? So I'm not too sure what's going to happen. It's still in its infancy at the moment, so we'll see how things develop.
So have you thought then for your own self, what this means for you? I know you travel the circuit a lot, quite a bit anyways, but most people are funding a lot of their circuit stops with qualifying events and of course playing more cash online.
Well, I mean, online's getting tougher as years go on, so I think naturally you're going to see more of a progression towards more people playing live poker anyway. For me, I'm going to probably relocate somewhere like Mexico and at least have my account situated there, and then play online when I'm there and just travel, because obviously when I'm in Australia I won't be able to play, but if my accounts are located somewhere else, if I've got a base in Mexico or something like that, I'll still be able to play when on the tour.
And also it might be plus EV anyways, because it's pretty cheap, I think, for the most part to live there.
I'd love to go.
Well, I just want to ask then really quick, we want to do at least one fun little thing.
Okay.
So this guy has one of my favorite Twitters in all of the poker Twitterverse. He's got some skills in the Photoshop world.
Yeah, I've done a lot recently.
But we're not going to talk, what we want to talk really most importantly about is, and maybe I'll just throw in some of your awesome Photoshops, but the Asian Girl Power Rankings as of February 2017. So this is, relatively up to date. So I just kind of wanted to, get a little bit of the backstory and give me some of the, I feel like we're missing some here. There's some here that seem like they don't belong.
Yeah. Okay, so I've just been messing with Kitty. I'm sure you are a big fan of Kitty's Twitter.
Of course.
And she's a friend of mine. I just like, needling her when I can. And
the feeling is clearly mutual.
Oh yeah. And she was saying how, she's the best female poker player, the best Asian poker player. And, I came here last for the Macau Cup, whatever it was. And I was pretty impressed with a lot of people's play. And I just had to let her know that, she might just be on the fringe. Needs to put in a bit more work. So, yeah. She was very close.
You might be able to make it in, but you know what I mean? You got to keep it going, girl.
Kathy Liebert pipped her at the post. She's
right there at the end.
People don't know, but she's actually part Vietnamese. So, yeah.
I'm really sorry, Kitty, but in the poker Twitter power rankings, you've got to be in the top 10. I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't know what you guys think. This guy for sure is. Well, I appreciate it. I hope we see a lot more of you, especially now if you're going to be living in Mexico.
Hopefully.
I don't know. Thank you guys so much. You're doing really well in this, so probably ship this later. You guys are with us on PokerNews.com.